question for you. How do you feel about a girl approaching you first? Like, she's interested in you and wants to get your number. How do you feel about that? Let me know in the comments.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video for you here today from Cosmic Verse titled Why Men Are Not Approaching Us Anymore. The reasons are pretty much limitless at this point, and it's only a mystery to modern women. But anyway, let's jump into it.
Appreciate everyone's feedback on why guys don't approach girls anymore. I have multiple points to bring up. So for the people who use the excuse of like guys won't go up to girls anymore because they're afraid of coming off as like weird, like it's not a thing. If you're not rapey and you're not weird and you go up to a girl, like it's just not a thing.
Are you stupid?
It's interesting watching modern women try to act like they represent all women when they say dumb things like being called creepy isn't a thing, even though it's pretty much a TikTok trend at this point.
Men and women are like done with each other. At least that's the consensus that I'm getting. I made a video about how men don't really approach women as often, or at least it seems like they approach us less. And the comments from men were basically like, we just don't feel like it's worth it to date anymore. Like women have these unrealistic expectations. And then I've seen many videos from other women kind of saying similar things. Like, well, what's the point of dating? You know, if we're going to have to be the workers, the laborers, the caregivers, the homemakers. And so like, I feel like both genders are kind of at this impasse where they're like, it's just not worth it to get into relationships with the other person. Like it's easier to just stay single.
Many men walked away because we got sick to death of being blamed for everything by modern women. And even when we're not playing their games, we still get blamed for pretty much everything.
And then I read about different things like the male loneliness epidemic and the fact that the birth rate is declining. And I just wonder if we have literally pushed the pendulum so far that we're slowly going to eradicate humanity. And honestly, I understand points from both sides. Like, I think it's complicated in a lot of different ways, but men and women, at least in America, seem to be just kind of done with each other.
It's insane to see how everything changed over time. Modern women straight up hate men, and men are done with modern women. It's the unstoppable force that's hitting the immovable object here.
I think from our perspective, there's been a massive decline in men approaching women. On a night out, like guys, their focus isn't on women until the end of the night when they're trying to find a woman to take home.
Gotcha. Right, yeah.
Like they're not really interested in even just
on-
like a
you're
little
on
bit
the
of
vibes.
rapport.
Yeah,
See if you vibe, if you've got the same personality, if you've got the same sense of humor.
Yeah.
Even if you're looking at guys, they won't come up. They don't want to get rejected, or they just care more about going to do lines in the bathroom. Like it's it's a multitude of things.
The types of men she wants don't need to approach. The rest of the men know better. It's not a fear of rejection so much as it is the desire to want to avoid getting ridiculed for having the nerve to talk to someone that they find attractive.
Women do not say sorry. Women do not apologize. Instead, women gaslight men into apologizing for things that they're not even at fault for. And then these same women will sit there and wonder why their relationships don't work out. I'm sorry, they won't sit there and wonder why their relationships don't work out, because that would take some self-accountability and reflection, because that would take some real work, right? That would take some real accountability. So instead, they take the easy way out. They blame men.
This is exactly why so many men have walked away from relationships. They're expected to do everything and expect nothing in return except the blame when things ultimately fall apart.
Tell me why every day I go out looking adorable, tits bouncing, skin glistening, and yet nobody ever hits on me or approaches me. Ever. Oh my god, like please. I'll take a fucking construction worker catcall at this point. Please.
Modern women clearly told men to never approach them, to never talk to them, that looking at them was the same thing as a violent crime, and now that we don't talk to them, they are begging men to make her feel unsafe again. Not happening.
Why is it if you're out in public, right, and you see a girl, give them a little smile, why don't you just like start a conversation?
Quite frankly, one of the biggest reasons why a lot of men aren't even bothering to approach women anymore is because a lot of women out there have simply told them not to. It's as simple as that.
It's happened to me so many times, and I'm like, why are you guys not coming up to me? You obviously keep staring at me.
Scientists have determined that when a modern woman claims a dude has been staring at them, The average time that guy actually was looking in her general direction is usually less than 1/4 of a second.
We keep making eye contact. We keep giving each other little smirky smiles. So pull the trigger.
Because honestly, most of them don't know that you want them to approach. Just smiling at a guy does not mean it's an open invitation for them to approach you. If you really want the guy's attention and to know that he's actually welcome to talk to you, try talking to him first.
I wish I had the balls to go up to them and be like, hey.
These women have overcomplicated something as simple as meeting a guy. I mean, she's so scared of saying hello, but she still insists that approaching isn't that difficult and that men should do it. Absolutely hilarious.
And that would solve quite a lot of those problems, wouldn't it? But unfortunately, a lot of women lack the fortitude to be able to make the first move, or they believe that it is the guy's role, traditionally, to make the first move. Either way, kind of stuck in an impasse, aren't we?
So I'm never going to do the first move. So I'm wondering, why don't you guys ever do it?
Quite simply, it's because there's a group of women out there that's very vocal about expressing their opinions about how much they don't want men to approach women, and that's ruined dating for a lot of people.
Modern women have made it clear that they are willing to absolutely blast a man if he ever so much as takes a single step in her vicinity, so it's just safer to never bother instead of taking a massive risk for a payoff that's almost never worth it.
Women want to be approached more and pursued more, at least for what I see in my personal experience, in my relationships with women and what I hear. And then I also conducted some informal survey data of 13,000 women in the US and the UK. 97% said they would rather meet their partner in person than online, and 95% said they wish they were approached more often by men in real life. 95% of anything is crazy. I'm not sure 95% of people would agree the sky is blue if you ask them. And women are saying in hordes, basically, like, hey, I want to meet a guy offline, and like, I want guys to approach me.
It doesn't really matter what modern women want. They aren't going to be able to convince men to come back and give them a chance after spending the better part of almost 2 decades ripping into them for not being Chads.
Do you believe that men and women are equal?
I think that they should be equal, but I think that men don't view women and men as equal.
I agree.
So you said you feel like they should be equal, but in reality, are men and women equal?
No. Men don't view women as equal, but they should be equal.
Well, we're not equal. I mean,
Why?
essentially,
Do you think that you're better than me?
I don't...
Do you think that you're better than me?
I never said I was better than you.
You just did.
This whole equality nonsense has nothing to do with equality. It's about building up a modern woman's ego to the point where she thinks that she's better than everybody else at the expense of the dignity of men that she's never even met, mind you.
I said that we're not equal.
Why?
Because I have a penis and you have a vagina.
What does that fucking matter?
That means we're different. Wouldn't you agree?
But why does that make you better than me?
I said we're not equal. I'm not better than you.
But equal means that we're in the same playing field. By you saying that you have a penis, that you're saying that you're better than me.
By me saying I have a penis, I'm saying I have a penis.
Okay, so do you think that you're better than me?
No, I just said I don't think I'm better than you.
But
I just think we're not equal. No, we're not.
Why?
Because we like different things and we're different people.
She's literally asked him the same question at least 3 or 4 times, and each time he gave the same answer. But she refuses to accept it because she's too used to people telling her that she's better than everybody simply because she's a woman.
I'll probably get hate for this, but it's got to be said. Women want certain men to approach them. Let me explain. I saw a creator on here saying, men, why don't you approach us in the grocery store? Why don't you approach us at Tractor Supply? Why don't you approach us in the wild? Because here's the thing. Men have been trying to do this for decades. What happens? They don't get a positive response. 9 times out of 10, they are going to be shot down.
It's not just about getting shot down, it's about getting shot down brutally and having your reputation tainted. And it doesn't take a while to know that when women started begging men to approach them, they're not talking about the vast majority of men, they're actually just talking about Chad.
Women want certain men to approach them. How many times do you go on social media and do you see women making videos saying, a man was following me around 3 aisles and he kept looking at me? What if that man thought you were cute and he was trying to work up the courage to talk to you? Yes, there are very bad men in this world, but there are also great men who genuinely want to talk to you, but so many women are unapproachable.
Modern women think that any man who isn't Chad is somehow either a violent criminal, they know a violent criminal, or they helped a violent criminal cover up a crime. So why would any man approach and talk to someone like that?
You need to look approachable. If you want to be approached by a man, you need to make that blatantly obvious. I was talking to my husband and my cousin about this, and we started talking about, well, what's the solution? I feel like it would make it easier for men to approach women if you're at an activity. Let's just say you like to bowl, you like to axe throw, you like horseback riding, you like to rock climb.
Those ideas used to work. The only problem is that even if a man sees a woman with mutual activity, if she doesn't find him attractive, then he could be setting himself up for a world of hurt.
It is probably easier for you to approach a woman in those kinds of scenarios because it's an activity and you know that you both like it. You have something in common. Get creative with how you approach women, but women, you need to be approachable. Make eye contact, smile, let them know that you want them to approach you. They don't know. How are they going to know?
Her advice to men is to get more creative with their approaching. Her advice to women is to smile and make eye contact. Even when she tries to help, her advice doesn't help at all. But anyway, guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Drop a comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you take care of yourselves. Peace.